How do you feel coming back to campus after such a long time?
It's been great, really. It feels like yesterday that I graduated from here. Uh, it's been 25 years. But we had instant connect when I was back here among all of you, bright young guys, as well as my professors. I see a lot of familiar faces. They've been there as long as we've graduated and beyond. It's been really, really great. I had the sense of belongingness. I really loved being back.
Years of experience in sales, operations, and now you're vice president, and you hold many live projects, M&A. Can you recount on some of those memories and experiences that you gained?
Right. Thank you for asking that. Life has been a journey, and nothing that came my way came on its own. I had to really strive for it. I had to adapt to many different situations. Have moved from one particular industry to another. Have to learn, relearn, unlearn a lot of things that we learned during our tenure here and beyond. One thing that is important that I would like to say is the grit and determination one would need to sort of do well. So that's an element which is really, really key in the number of years that I've spent. And there are certain individuals who've also had an impact in the way I have sort of grown my life. Many times you won't realize these impacts have come from the customers I served, and a lot of learnings that I've done is from the customers as well as peers. I don't have a sort of idol or one sort of individual to look up to, but there are many, and I look at them in a way that I can take the positives out of their personalities and the way they work and incorporate them in my personalities and in my ways of working. So that has worked for me.
How has XIMB been influential in your career growth so far? And do you have any fond memories to share with us?
Yeah, great. So XIMB has played a pivotal role in my career. I was an engineer before. I worked in a shop floor for about a year before joining MBA course here. And one thing that the course here taught me is how to stretch, how to achieve goals with the constraints. And we had a lot of constraints. Like I said, 25 years back, we did not have internet. We did not have email IDs. We did not have a lot of access to sort of the knowledge nuggets that you get today. None of us had smartphones, but it was all hard because you have to interact with people. You have to interact with people who are in the field, and professors used to be our gateways because they had access to the wider world, and that worked really, really well in the way I have sort of channelized my experience and my career. So there, XIMB has played a pivotal role. The other thing that I would talk about is the teamwork that we learned. So it's everybody was a peer. Still, you will have a team lead who's the project lead, and many a times you have to have the persuasive skills and the interpersonal skills to get to a common goal. And that aspect was also an element on the behavioral side that I sort of learned here and used it in my corporate life. In terms of fond memories, we sort of were in a time when the liberalization was happening. We were not sure with a batch of 50 what kind of placements we will have. Fortunately, we had a very decent placement, and the first placement day, so the day is still in my memory. Things that worked for me was the situational leadership in those interviews, how to sort of perform in unknown territory. That's something really I feel that this is one of the fond memories in my lifetime.
Business Excellence Summit has been held for the first time at XIMB to celebrate 30 years. How important is this event, both for alumni and for the students?
It's a very interesting concept, especially because the whole world economy is at crossroads. We've been seeing digital commerce taking front seat gradually from physical commerce. Yeah? And we are looking at dynamics of businesses changing every day. And at this moment, nobody has the right answer. But collectively, using our alumni circle, students out here, professors, and the wider industry network, if we are able to come up with some of the models that could work in current environment, I think that would differentiate XIMB as compared to other management institutes. I think those are the elements I would say are extremely important from an educational institute point of view to differentiate. And events like these, where you can get everybody under one roof and exchange ideas, is a good start. However, this also needs to continue. There has to be threads, there has to be action items from here, which has to continue. Like I said, life is a journey. These are events which should have next steps, yeah? And following them to closure and to continue investing in them is as important as holding the event itself.
Thank you.
So, do you have any suggestions for the current students? What they can learn now to help them in their future?
Yeah. There are two things I would like to say. One is life out there, outside, is not going to be a picture that you would have known before graduating. Yeah. So preparing yourself for the unknowns, yeah, is extremely important. The education here will give you a common ground of a lot of various models that you can apply. However, choosing the right one from your point of view or student's point of view is extremely important. And while doing that, you can also take suggestions from the sphere of influence that I talked about, who you look up to, and take a conscious decision. And it may go wrong as well. So be ready to get out of that zone and not lose heart and get into a negativity mode, and try for something new. So bouncing back is as important as failing. And failing is one thing that we'll have to get used to, because life is not a bed of roses. It has ups and downs, and in some careers it may come very early, some other careers it may come late, but it will come. And bouncing back and persevering your goal is very, very important.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.